and good day. My name is Dr. Walters.
I am Dr. Joseph.
I am Dr. Robert.
I am Dr. Jacob.
And I am Dr. Hannah Wrightson. And today we will be presenting to you milestones in the modern view of atoms and molecules.
It is in our own understanding that the foundation of studying atoms and molecules began 2,500 years ago. But it was in the 17th century that chemistry evolved and much progression took place. In ancient days, there weren't much technologies and instruments, but the scanning microscope is now one of the instruments used to have a closer view of tiny objects such as atoms and molecules. So let's go back to the Greek philosophers, a perfect place to start. In 400 BC, the Greek proposed that all matter was made up of 4 elements. They include fire, earth, water, and air. But they were proven wrong. Leucippus was the first to declare the existence of atoms. The student of Leucippus, Democritus, was the first to define and develop the word atom, of which means uncuttable or indivisible.
The next major advance in chemical understanding came from a modest school teacher, John Dalton, who knew the law of fixed proportion, which said elements combined in definite ratios by weight could only be composed of atoms. The idea of atoms had been revised by many scientists, such as Newton in the 1600s, who said elements would cluster together. But nothing came from his speculations. In 1803, Dalton gave a speech in Manchester, England, on the way gases dissolve in water. He listed 20 elements with their weights and said they combine to form compound atoms, a name for what we now call molecules. He went further and said that an atom was a solid, massy, hard, impenetrable, movable particle. The description was eventually proven wrong on many accounts. However, he was right about them existing.
In the 18th century, one of the greatest chemists was Auguste Kekule. Kekule was known for his theory on molecular structures, which was a graphical representation of a molecule. For example, the molecule of water, which shows one molecule of oxygen being bonded to 2 hydrogen atoms. Another scientist who made major discoveries toward the true nature of the atom was Lord Rutherford. He proved that the atom has a tiny nucleus of positively charged protons.
Many of the advances in science occurred during the early part of the 20th century as the result of theoretical studies by some of the greatest minds in history of science. Max Carl Ernst Ludwig Planck, he was from Germany and made important discoveries in physics which involved thermodynamics, radiation, and energy. He received a Nobel Prize award for his work in 1980. Erwin Schrödinger succeeded Planck as professor of physics at the University of Berlin. He also had a Nobel Prize in physics in 1933. Niels Bohr, he was based in England. It was there he began his theory of atomic structure and his explanation of atomic spectra. He received the Nobel Prize in physics in 1922 for his work.
Another contributor is Mr. Wilhelm Heinzberg. He received the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1932 for his development of atomic weapons in World War II. And then we have Mr. Herbert Newton Lewis. He also made major contributions in acid-base chemistry, thermodynamics, and the interaction of light with substances. Lastly, I present to you Linus Pauling. He is responsible for the foundation of molecular biology. He too received a Nobel Prize, but for chemistry in 1954. But that wasn't his only Nobel Prize. The role he played in advocating the nuclear test ban treaty earned him another. Clearly, he was well aware of the destructive nature of certain chemicals when placed in the wrong hands. Today we are experiencing the effects of these studies. Whether it be medical advances or the latest smartphone, the importance of the continuous development of technology is clear. Our world thrives on its growing knowledge, uniting us not only as a people but also as a universe.
My milestone.
In the mother